Hi, I'm Amber Anderson. I am a leadership coach, and I help leaders by equipping them with the skill set, mindset, and energy management tools that enable them to maximize their impact in a way that is joyful, authentic, and expansive. Today, we are talking about the emotional journey of failing forward. Failure, everyone's favorite, right? Let's dive in. First, I just want to acknowledge that actively trying to avoid failure is totally normal. It is human nature to want to stay safe. Our brains have evolved to constantly scan for danger and help us avoid it. The problem with that is our survival brain, or our primitive brain, really cannot tell the difference between a threat to our ego and a threat to our actual safety. But I think we can all agree that most threats we face as leaders are just threats to our egos. But knowing this on a cognitive level doesn't make it any easier to take risks. Our nervous system is still playing a really big role in our willingness to attempt something new when we're not sure whether or not it's going to work out the way we hope it does. But I want to offer that if you are not experiencing failure from time to time, you are not fully experiencing life. And you're definitely not making the impact you could be making in your leadership role. So, my hope with this video is to normalize failure. It should be an expectation of leadership because, again, if you're not failing, you're probably not learning and growing at the rate that you could and should be. The key is to ensure you're failing forward. This simply means you're not failing in the same fashion repeatedly, but rather, when you do fail or experience any sort of setback, that you learn from it and you incorporate those lessons in your leadership so you don't make the same mistake again. There is an emotional journey that we all experience when it comes to failure. Seeing this journey all the way through to the end is what makes the difference between failing and failing forward. The immediate feelings that come with failure are often fear, shame, even panic. These emotions are so strong and sometimes so disruptive that they can paralyze leaders. They most certainly impact your ability to problem solve and make decisions, and they likely have a negative impact on your team as well. It's most important at this point in the emotional journey of failure to soothe your nervous system and incorporate other self care practices to help you feel regulated. The point is to get out of your head and into your body to bring yourself back into that window of tolerance so you can think clearly again. These practices could include breathing exercises, meditation, or just a quiet walk in nature. What you don't want to do here is stay in the dysregulated state, which would either be fight, flight, or freeze, fawn. Staying in one of those states is what makes failure just a failure. Learning how to compassionately get yourself back into a regulated state is what transforms the situation into failing forward. So, phase one of the emotional journey of failure is fear, shame, panic, or similar disruptive emotions. Just remember that this is a very normal and natural part of leadership, and it will serve as a catalyst for growth if you manage your nervous system and mindset properly. Phase two of the emotional journey happens once you've moved into feelings like curiosity and compassion. In my experience, curiosity and judgment cannot coexist. It's the same thing with judgment and compassion. You'll be tempted to judge yourself and others when you experience a setback, but if you consciously work to create feelings of curiosity and compassion, you will not only feel better, you'll learn and you'll grow from the experience. Again, this is what makes the difference between failure and failing forward. You're now at the part of the journey where you can get back into your head to process and move forward. You've managed your nervous system to get you to this place, and now you can manage your mind with focus and intention. You can think clearly again. At this point, I encourage you to evaluate what happened and explore ways to move forward. A simple reflection or evaluation could be just asking yourself what worked, what didn't work, and what will I do differently next time? Then, with this awareness, you can explore options by asking yourself curiosity based questions that begin with I wonder and what if. Now that you've reflected and explored options for a better way forward, you're going to find yourself in phase three of the emotional journey. In this phase, common feelings include focus, motivation, commitment. These emotions drive you to take proactive steps after a setback, and they are a requirement to transform a failure into a failing forward situation. When you feel focused, you're able to channel energy and resources effectively. When you feel motivated, you're able to overcome obstacles and persist even when things start to feel hard again. And when you feel committed, you're playing the long game. You see the big picture and you're once again willing to risk failure to ultimately create success for yourself, your team, and the organization. Leaders with the ability to navigate this emotional journey of failure and persist despite adversity are the leaders who inspire others to do the same. You're not just creating followers, you're creating more leaders by setting this example. You're making a bigger impact in collapsing the timeline on your own transformation. You're building resilience, grace, and grit for everyone, and everyone will be better for it. Thanks for watching. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video if you found it helpful. And to learn more about how coaching will empower you to increase your competence and confidence while reducing stress and overwhelm, message me to schedule a call. I promise you don't have to quit your job to feel better. I will help you change your entire experience of leadership, even if nothing around you changes.